Hey yo, welcome back to the channel everyone. On today's menu, accountability 3 ways. Let's eat. Alright, so fellas, number 1, you need to learn how to check her behavior. If you don't, she'll be unwilling to accept the responsibility for her actions, thinking it's okay to walk all over you, acting in vain as if the world revolves around her. This is the worst mistake you can make. First of all, let's talk about it. You need to be capable of standing up to her when things go left. If she did something and she tries to play it off, don't let it slide. Correct her immediately and instruct her on how to do a better job. Don't allow her to make excuses. She'll probably find a way to displace the error, right? And she knows she messed up. She's not stupid. But she does this because she doesn't like the feeling of being wrong. So she'll deflect in order to make it less about her and more about you or something else entirely. This is her being reactive. And to get ahead of this, you must hold her to that mistake in the moment. Not 3 hours from now, not the next day, and certainly not next week. The longer you hold off on corrective action, the more time passes, and it'll be an unaddressed afterthought, and the behavior will likely continue. Being proactive prevents poor performance, fellas. Don't let poor behavior slide. Watch her actions, and if her behavior doesn't improve, you may have to release her and remove yourself. Alright, so number 2. This is a bit of a 3-piece. You want to use logic, speak facts, and be specific. A woman will do and say anything to be right, even when they know they're dead wrong. They hate the idea that you may have overpowered their thinking process with facts and logic rather than emotion. If you find yourself in a disagreement with your partner and they're emotional, give them a second to cool off. But you need to be you need to be stern and a matter of fact with your delivery and explain why they're in the wrong. She may not want to hear it, but it needs to be said. You don't have to be condescending, but you need to make sure what you said can be felt by her. A good example of this is what happened over the weekend with Michael B. Jordan. He called out old girl who called him corny in high school. And you can see his whole body language read, you know you're wrong, and I'm going to address you confidently and directly with conviction. And he did just that. And at the end of the interview, old girl admitted, well, he's not corny anymore. That was handled extremely well. When you're addressing a specific incident, you need to make sure you have the facts straight. Don't give them a reason to refer to their untamed imagination, creating an event that didn't exist in reality, right? If you're too vague, that's exactly what's going to happen. Again, whatever you're speaking needs to be vividly intense, so it's not mistaken for something else. When you use logic against someone who's emotional, they can't help but backpedal and realize that they're wrong. But on the flip side, if you have someone who's arguing just for the sake of arguing, that's when you remove yourself and disengage, as there will be no forward progress, just a dead end, my guy. Alright, and lastly, fellas, stop being so soft. When you're trying to make someone accountable for their actions, calling them out may not be enough. You need to use logic, reason, and make sure your message is being heard. Be assertive with your delivery so the message is felt throughout. And if you're timid, that's a L. She's not going to take you seriously and she's going to think you're a joke. Making commands with your low tone and unconvincing talking points isn't going to cut it. In fact, she won't respect you if you take this approach. Make your expectations clear and follow them up if her behavior is distasteful. The same way you give her instructions when she's topping you off, or if you're giving back shots, transfer the same level of energy where you need to make her responsible for her actions. Otherwise, you're going to be perpetuating her pattern of behavior. Just think about it. If your girl is giving you some top, right, and her teeth gets in the way and she's not doing a good job of necking you down, that's uncomfortable, right? You firmly correct her form, and it's more pleasurable. Same applies when she's being ill-mannered. Stop letting these women slide and get ahead of their poor behavior. Alright y'all, that's the serve for this episode. Leave a comment down below sharing your experience with making a woman accountable. What strategies do you use? Like the video and subscribe, and I'll catch y'all at the next meal. Peace.